Good morning. If you allow me, I will continue in English my presentation because we have a fantastic attendance today. I would like to thank you all for coming over to listen our Do 1440 message. Well, sometimes simplicity is the best thing. We are a company with the shortest vision statement in the entire world. It has 2 letters. DO, Digital Operator. Luckily, it's also the most beautiful word in the world. Do. And again, our strategy, the shortest one in the entire world, just have 4 numbers on it. 1440, 1440. It's the number of minutes in a day. So Do 1440 will be what I will be speaking about. And I will be updating you on the news about what we have achieved in the last year and where we are today. Because last year I had the honor of welcoming you here as well. We talked about our progress, we talked about our growth, we talked about our ambitions to create a digital export capacity for Turkcell. And today, that's what I'm exactly going to cover. So, last decade, what a decade we had. You know, $1 trillion of economy has been created in the last 10 years. Unfortunately, very little of that has been created by value that the shareholders of telcos have invested in. A handful of companies looted the entire data of the world without creating local jobs, without paying taxes, without making investments that are needed in local communities. We think there is a better way. And that better way is the inspiration we have every single day in Turkcell, and that inspiration is now translated into what we do with LifeCell Digital. Let me tell you the short history of our journey. It started 4 years ago. I never forget the day I received my first WhatsApp call. I said, you know, these guys, they got the SMS business out of us, now attacking us on voice, our core business. And shame on us not being able to deliver a service that really stands out and makes the customers happy. That day we made a couple of important decisions. The most important decision we made was about our purpose of being. A traditional telecom operator has a 32-minute relationship with its customers. On average, we make 17 minutes of calls, 15 minutes of calls we receive from our friends, customers. And our strategy started by defining our purpose again. How do we take that 32-minute relationship, transform into something that we do every minute in a day, 1,440 minutes? And how do we move from being an infrastructure-oriented operator of a network into an experience provider? Really doing the things that the customers care for, need, and provide it in a secure way. Don't get me wrong. It is not about not importance of network. That is the table stakes. Of course, we have to deliver the best network, best quality of service on the network, and the most secure one. But if we want to survive in the future, we have to do what is right and important for the customer. Customer first. That's why we looked into what people actually do with the data they get from us. And we have seen that they listen to music, they watch TV, they do instant messaging, they love sharing with their friends the photos and the videos they take. And they want security and trust while they share their very personal information. And hence, the beginning of journey. Now, if I look this beginning of journey, I think it gets really much more interesting for the telecom companies, maybe representatives here, if you look to the results of today. 4 years into 1,440 journey. This is our results of last year. third year in a row, we are the fastest growing telco. Last year, we grew our top line 20.8%. Actually, if you look on a 2-year-on-year growth, it represents a 49% increase. Our EBITDA last year was up 49% on a 2-year-on-year basis, almost doubled. On a pre-1440, we had a 1.9 gigabytes per person consumption. Today we have 7.9. And let me share with you the fact that telecom company and industry is the only industry which is afraid of demand increase. You talk with companies around the world, they are afraid that all data consumption is growing. Yes, it is growing because there is demand. If you can convert that into meaningful services, there is a huge amount of growth in this industry. And this is all about bringing growth back to our industry, increasing our relevance and connection with the customers. I mentioned you, this is the third year in a row. We are the fastest growing telecom operator in the world. And if you would look into 2-year perspective, this will be 49%, 3-year perspective, 69%. So how did it happen? It happened because we made a decision to repurpose our R&D resources, by the way, which we had to have because of our license requirements. And we are very glad to have such a capability into developing OTT applications. That 32 minutes started to be impacted by the services we brought on instant messaging. Later on, we moved into music area with our Fizzy product. And today, an average customer of ours listens 48 minutes of music. We have created a platform which you can see in the booth, Okudo. In the old name is Dergilik, because we started small, we thought about local markets, and when we see the world, we thought we should be relevant to everyone in the world. So we changed the name to Okudo, which has thousands of newspapers and magazines. Not only the big papers, even local newspapers that maybe a city has, which is not able to distribute properly, which is not able to afford the cost of paper and ink. They are there because local economies has to thrive and survive. 18 minutes of reading newspapers and magazines by our customers on average. TV, 81 minutes of TV watching every day on our network by an average customer. Then we moved also into gaming, but responsibly gaming. On one side, we used digital intelligence education for the kids to allow them to understand what is critical thinking, what they should share, what they should not share. The fact that everything you see internet does not mean that it is true. You have to question. You have to have a sense of digital citizenship starting from age 6. That's what we do with DQ here, and you can also see the type of education program we developed with our partner in Korea and Singapore. On average, 32 minutes of playing. People getting quality time when they need it the most, but engaging with us. This story is all about not increasing the prices. It is about providing more service in exchange of more returns. And I believe as we move in this path, we are going to make a huge impact in our local societies, because today what we have achieved, not only growth for our company, we have achieved that data of Turkey stays in data in Turkey. Turkey's data stays in Turkey, secured in Turkey, processed in Turkey. Turkish engineers develop the value. Some Turkish, some Belarusian, I have to say, because we have a group of people also in Belarus creating these. And as we partner all around the world, we're going to have the local engineers of those countries creating value, creating jobs, having an economic impact, paying taxes, making investments for the future. That's why now we are on a journey to take these capabilities all around the world and take it piece by piece. We do not be another data digital imperialist. In every deal we do, in every project we do, our priority will be the local economies. That's why we decided not to create a global OTT, but do partnerships, country by country, with the leading operators in every country. Because the leading operators in every country, they put their hands under the stone. They make investments. They employ people. They pay taxes. When we talk about 5G and the future of AI, it's going to be them who will be delivering it securely. That's why I think our model of growing globally is second to none. It's unique. And that's why I'm really excited that Do 1440 will be our message to the world. And we will be here to work with any telecom company which is a leader in this market and make it also a digital operator. Now I would like to talk a couple of examples around the world. And I will start with our jewel, Turkcell itself. In our country, where we applied this methodology first under Turkcell brand, and later on in the brand that we operate around the world, LifeCell. You have seen the results. Lowest churn rates ever existed in our company. The highest net promoter score, the highest difference in between our net promoter score and the competition. And when we look to the market, we actually define our competitive landscape completely differently. In this period, we have become 7 times bigger than Spotify. If you look to Fizzy consumption. If you look to BIP, everybody said to us, why are you investing on this? There is something which is already there. Nobody will use your application. We have 30% market share today. And with the innovation we are doing every day in BIP, now with 65 language chatting capabilities, online simultaneous, with follow-ups, it is the best product in the world. Then we took it to another country, a country which is very dear to our heart, in northern Cyprus. It's such a small operation, but it's like a jewel. Our general manager in Cyprus is here, Harun, and we applied the same concept in this small market under a new name called LifeCell. It was a digital-only operator. Everything provided was over internet. No service with voice. ARPU of this new service was twice 100% higher, average revenues per person, because it offered 300% more services, and the churn rate was 1/3, not 30% less, 1/3 of our traditional operator. Then we decided to take the same technologies to our subsidiaries in Ukraine. Same story. Less churn, higher revenues, better satisfaction. Then we took it to Belarus, our smallest subsidiary, but again a very powerful market where we have 10 million population. We are number 3 player, but we are the fastest growing one. Now I would like to mention a very important partnership and a very important friend I'm proud to have here. He has the sharpest mind and the biggest heart I have seen. I think he is the best product of Ireland, and he is here today. He came here to actually be with us and tell a little bit about his ambitions. Dennis O'Brien, can I have you here, please? So, really, to have you here and to announce our partnership, the first one probably taking this story to how many operations do you have? Maybe tell us a little bit about.
We're mainly island countries. We're in about 21 Caribbean countries, 2 Central America. and then most of the islands in the Pacific as well, Fiji, for example, Samoa, and then Papua New Guinea is a very big market for us. So, you know, as an operator, we've been saying, well, what is going to transform our business? And the day I walked into your office was the red light moment, because when you took out your iPad and showed me how your apps were contributing to your business and how you're looking at things from a digital point of view, it was the most progressive conversation I've listened to. And I've listened to speeches of CEOs of all the biggest telcos in the world, and none of them get it. You get it. And that's why today we're here to announce our partnership together. And if we had gone to try and do this ourselves, number one, we don't have 1,000 developers. And if you're in emerging markets, it's very difficult to get developers. And secondly, we would maybe need 12 to 15 vendors and bring them all together. So partnering with you and LifeCell and Turkcell is really a quantum leap for our business. And I'm absolutely delighted to be working personally with you, Can, but also all the team. You have a fantastic team of people, and our interaction between our companies has been fantastic. But also, the quality of the deal is the speed at which the deal is done. And we put this together in a few months, and I think that is a very compelling reason for our organizations to work together. So I want to thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Dennis. How do you see 2 years from now?
Well, I think you're up to 300-400 minutes of engagement out of the 1440. If we could get to 300 in 2 years, because obviously we're getting the learning experience that you've had. But when you look at, you know, app by app, if you look at it, it's a far superior app than WhatsApp. The whole customer experience is much better. But also all your other applications as well are best class, they're world class. So we would like to make that quantum leap very quickly. Obviously, we're learning from all your expertise and some of the things that you've encroached. So we would hope in the next couple of years to, first of all, get back into growth, which is our mantra as a company, because we now have 28 with LTE networks. So we put all the infrastructure in place, and we want to move away from that miserable thing that operators are all worried about, is the sale of raw data. And this actually moves us into a different league. And I think all credit to your team in LifeCell and Turkcell as well, the way you've driven this. And so we're hoping to get the benefit of that, and that is going to translate to increased revenues, higher growth rates, but a better customer experience. So a customer in Haiti can have the same experience as your customer in Istanbul. And that is, I think, revolutionary.
You know, you are someone who has done firsts in our industry. You have taken an enormous vision and made it successful in countries that nobody would be maybe dreaming about the future. It's a privilege to work with you. Thank you very much.
It's my privilege. Thank you very much, Karen. Thank you. And can I just say to my new friend from Moldova, but also from Nepal, I wish them every success with LifeCell, and I'm sure it's going to be a very exciting partnership for you as well. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now, as Dennis mentioned, 21 operators in Caribbean, 2 in Central America, and Papua New Guinea on the Pacific side. Really an amazing operation, and I'm super excited about taking these technologies and making digital export a reality. I would like to continue with another jewel country, a country very close to Europe, European lifestyle, and I have the honor of having Barkın here with me, CEO of Turkcell, who is also one of our partners doing 1,440. Hi Barkın, how are you? He is also a Turkish executive outside of Turkey, so we are very proud of him.
Thank you. By the way, it was a great experience. Thank you for this opportunity to have the chance of thanking you one more time. We are really keen on going for digitalization and being the lead operator in Eastern Europe. And thanks to colleagues from Turkcell for their commitment and help to us. We already launched 2 products with you. I agree with my friend, so really BIP is a game changer. We believe in this a lot, and more will come, and we will share the journey with you.
Thank you very much. Now, allow me to play a 90-second music. Consider it as my selfishness, because listening to this music makes me so energized. It actually is a representation of where things can go when you have a vision, a great team that can execute. Let's listen to music. I'm sure you will enjoy it.
Sharing of my own stickers. Discover new thing. Gotta beat me. Download gonna beat me. I beat you beat me. Something's gonna beat me.
Beat app download bundles. 3GB sambako, 3 data pack bundles. Retro play, surprise, shopping points on the cheap to
Download gonna beat me. I beat you beat me. Something's gonna beat me.
Now let me introduce you Mr. Vinod Chaudhary, President of the Chaudhary Group in Nepal, our recent and most exciting partner in Asia. Vinod, welcome. It's a great pleasure to have you here. You are the #1 industrialist in your country, but more importantly, I know what is in your heart. You're #1 also philanthropist in your country.
Thank you.
It's a great pleasure to partner with you, and if you allow us a couple of words from your side, you will make us very happy.
Thank you, Khan. I must say that the day we came across Turkcell, the world of Turkcell, and we followed by the live cell, we were deeply touched. We felt that this was the beginning of a revolution. Revolution in the sense which you've already mentioned, not only giving highly customized, tailor-made, well-designed product to suit the local demand, but more importantly, in terms of preserving the data which you talked about, which is perhaps in today's world the most precious property of any country and the citizens. I think your contribution in making the countries aware, countries like us, to wake up and start preserving these for the benefit of the country, for the next generation, will go a long way. I want to thank you. I want to thank the chairman. I want to thank you, Khan, and your beautiful team. Ever since we started working together, at every moment we felt a renewed sense of confidence that although we are going to be the third operator, nobody can stop us from taking this journey to the pinnacle under your leadership. We are deeply honored to be partnering with a company which, as we've seen just now, is growing at the fastest pace anywhere in the world. We are deeply connected with the work culture that you instilled in your team, and as we can see, which in terms of music, a jingle, promotional jingle that was played just now, there is energy, there is power, and there is hope. This is going to be big. It's going to be launched in March,
Yes.
Under your guidance and leadership, and I want to congratulate Nirwan. Where is Nirwan? And the managing director of the group. He's worked very hard, and
Nirwan,
those who's leading the venture in Nepal, and this venture is being not only planned and executed, but going to be run with the expertise of Lifecell Ventures. So we are, in that score, we are honored, we are excited,
Thank you very
and
much.
we remain totally confident.
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to have you here. And thanks for joining among the ones who are doing 1,440.
Thank you.
So, it makes me really excited. Oh,
We come, as you know, from the land of birthplace of Lord Buddha. So I would like to, on this very important occasion,
thank you very much.
leave a small memento.
Means a lot.
May
Thank you
Buddha
very much.
bless Turkcell to grow leaps and bounds in many, many years to come. And may
Thank you
this
very much.
revolution which you've started grow all over the world.
Thank you very much. May Allah bless you use that yourself, your family, and your country. Thank you. Just a question. Albania. Sorry, I double-clicked somewhere. Anyone, any friend from Albania here? Because Albania and Alt Telecom is also among the ones who will be doing 1,440 with us. So, looking to our mission on disrupting the disruptors so that we get back on track with what belongs to us as an industry. The most important value in our industry is trust. And when the trust is broken, and I think the trust is broken today on the people who has been preying and harvesting on individuals' data, now is the time, as the telecom industry, we rise up. We rise up and we do 1,440. And with that, I would like to thank you all for being with us here today. I want to also mention two very important figures. I don't know, Mats, are you here still? He left, okay. Director General of GSMA, Mats was here. But I also would like to welcome Ogi Fabela, another doyen, if you can just, stand up, Ogi. I have great respect in terms of one of the doyens of the telecom industry, creators of lots of telcos, and it's a great pleasure to have you here as well, Ogi. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much. So, thank you very much. And if there are questions, I will be more